Meow. I'm telling you, these auditions are making me crazy. Well, I guess I was already a little bit crazy to begin with, but they're making it worse. Thank God this is the last week. Last night was the American Idol auditions in Portland, Oregon. Once again, Steven Tyler has brought back his box of sound effects, but he really should keep that thing with him all season because it's actually a better judge than he is. The first audition was Brittany Zika. Her friends call her Tripster the Hipster. I call her a little bit too goofy. Her journey began when she had a dream that she was on stage singing with Sarah Bareilles, and then on her birthday, she got tickets to a Sarah Bareilles concert, where she scribbled out a cardboard sign begging Sarah to sing Gravity with her, and so she was invited to sing on stage. So I guess the next logical step would be to audition for American Idol. She should have gotten a group together and tried out for the sing-off where Sarah Bareilles is actually a judge, but I guess she couldn't find anybody else who really wanted to sing with her besides Sarah. Anyway, she stumbled into the judge's room and sang The Story by Brandi Carlile, and it was pleasant enough, but I just don't think I can envision Tripster the Hipster as the season 11 champion, even though J-Lo told her that she had one of the best voices they've heard. I swear, if I had $1 for every time she said that to somebody, I'd be richer than she is. Randy said that she sounds nothing like she looks, whatever that's supposed to mean. I thought she looked exactly like she sounded, and vice versa. So it was 3 big yeses for her. Next, Ben Purdom apparently thought that picking his nose and belching in front of the cameras was going to make him sound better when he came in for his audition, but it didn't work out. Hey people, if you're going to have to blow your nose, go to the bathroom! It's just gross. I cannot stand it when I'm in a restaurant, especially, and somebody feels the need to blow their nose while I'm trying to eat. Take it to the bathroom. Nobody wants to hear it. Anyway, Ben sells cable TV on the street and sings to his co-workers, and they told him that he's so good that he should audition for American Idol. I would love to do that to some of my co-workers. Convince them to make a spectacle of themselves on national television? That would be so much fun. Ben started off singing Born This Way, and I have no doubt that he was born that way, with no talent. Then he did Super Bass, and Randy said that it was better. But it really wasn't. It was about the same. So it was 3 no's for him. His mom tried to help explain that he was sick, but, no. Next, 24-year-old Jermaine Jones, who's a mama's boy that eats, breathes, and sleeps music. How the hell do you eat music? Jermaine's mom said that he was born a singer, and the world needs to know the gift that God has placed in him. But don't all moms think that their children are something special and have a gift? Even the last guy's mom thought he was something special. Anyway, Jermaine sang Superstar, and he's a good singer, but it was a little too deep and a little bit too over the top for my liking. So I knew the judges would eat it up. I guess that's how you eat music. The judges praised the daylights out of him before giving him 3 yeses, but J-Lo told him to loosen up a little bit. I guess that's her idea of some constructive criticism, so it was 3 yeses for him. Next was 27-year-old Britnee Kellog, who looked exactly like Britney Spears, I thought. She came in the room crying with her emotional story of how her husband held her back from her dreams. Well, he was a basketball player, and she helped him follow his dreams before he decided to follow other women. That's right, Brittany. Air all your dirty laundry on national television. Make America hate the father of your children. I guess he kind of deserves it, though, but whatever. She sang You're No Good, and the judges acted like it was the most clever song choice they'd ever heard in their lives. So they loved her before she ever even opened her mouth. I liked her, too. She's got a nice voice, obviously a better singer than the other Brittany. But I just can't imagine a girl named Brittany that looks like Britney Spears winning American Idol. But who knows, maybe she'll win. So it was 3 big yeses for her. Before she left, though, she asked J-Lo how she does it, you know, having kids and all. Don't ask Jennifer Lopez. She doesn't know. She has a staff that worries about stuff like that. You'd be better off asking somebody that works a day job how they do that with children, not somebody that can afford an entire staff. Anyway, next was motivational dancer Sam Gershman. What the heck is a motivational dancer? Is that what they're calling strippers nowadays? Anyway, her dad's name is Ira. I guess she thinks it's clever because his last name is Gershman, but it's not like Gershwin. So, I don't know. I don't think that made any sense. I'm not sure what was wrong with her, though. She sang I'm a Woman, if you can call that singing. I couldn't tell if she was even serious because she probably wouldn't have been half bad if she had toned it down about 1,200 notches. Stephen thought it was too Broadway. I don't know. I've never been to a Broadway play, but I can't imagine it would be that over the top. So it was 3 no's for her, but they told her not to give up. Yeah, right. Next was fast food worker David Weed. Of course, Steven Tyler knows a thing or two about weed. Randy knows a thing or two about fast food, I believe. That was awful of me. Anyway, David Weed doesn't want to serve up french fries anymore, so he sang Tom Sawyer by Rush, and just as I expected, it was just a mess. David's other dream was to be a stand-up comedian, but his singing was actually funnier than his joke was, so it was definitely a no for him. Not today from Jennifer, and a not yet from Stephen. Next was Romeo Diahn, a 22-year-old refugee from Liberia. He sang Is This Love? And he's a good singer. I just wonder if everything he sings is going to sound exactly the same. How's he going to sound on Country Week? I think that's what Jennifer Lopez was alluding to, but he got 3 yeses. But it was just a little tiny yes from J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez, there's no such thing as a tiny yes. It's either yes or it's no. Not a tiny yes or a big yes or a 1,000,000% yes. Y'all judges need to cut out the nonsense. Next, Naomi Gillies sang Crying by Aerosmith. I guess that's her way of kissing Judge ass. I guess nobody ever told her that you don't have to kiss Steven Tyler's ass. You just have to be able to barely belch out a note. And he's going to love anything you do. So, he'll be wildly impressed. She was pretty good, though. A little shouty and over the top. She should probably scale it back a notch in Hollywood. But overall, not bad. So it was 3 yeses for her. Next was 28-year-old Ben Harrison, who thinks he's adorable. He's been in bands before, but he never seems to last more than a couple of weeks before the old dudes kick him out because he looks like a kid. Ben, maybe they kick you out because you act like a kid also. Or maybe it's just because you're not a very good singer. He sang Somebody to Love by Queen, and it was just a mess. But he didn't puke or wet his pants, so he'll be okay. But he didn't get a yes to Hollywood. And the last of the night was 25-year-old Jessica Phillips. Last year, her boyfriend had a stroke, and so she's his full-time caretaker. She sang Again by Faith Evans, and of course it wasn't terrible, but you knew it wasn't going to be terrible by her story. Have they ever done that? Have they ever, showed somebody's touching story only for us to find out later that they're a terrible singer? I mean, besides Chris Medina from last year. I thought he was a terrible singer, but of course it was 3 yeses for Jessica. So that was it for the auditions in... I didn't even remember that we're there. Portland, Oregon. 45 made it from Portland. That brings it to a grand total of 263. And still one more audition city to go. There were supposed to be 2 more. They were going to show 2 more. I think they had one in, New Jersey or something. But I think they're cutting it short. They've changed the schedule. So tonight is actually going to be the last night of auditions that we see. And I am super happy about that. Anyway, 327 actually made it last year. And I'm guessing it's about the same or maybe a little bit more this year. But... they're not going to show that many. Of course, they only show about 6 of them that make it to Hollywood each audition episode, so it's no tellings. So yeah, tonight is the last night of auditions. Next week, Hollywood! Yay. I'll see you folks later.